Welcome back to Marketing Champions here on Daily Ad Brief. I'm Howard Walpuff, your host. Today, we're talking with Jared Yellin from 10X Incubator, who really is doing some great things, helping people get their ideas out there and market it. So, Jared, welcome to our conversation today.
Howard, it's my absolute honor. Excited to share. Besides for being a dad, there's nothing I like to talk about more than helping people take their tech idea on a napkin and go on a journey for an exit. So I'm all yours. Ask me anything.
Well, we appreciate that, and it's really great to have those who can help. People have some really great ideas and no idea how to market it, how to create it, how to get it rolling. So having people like you get connected in their lives is so important, not just for them, but really for the people that are going to help. So I'm interested in hearing more about how this all started for you, how you got started, how you got connected into really co-starting the 10X Incubator.
Yeah, so I'll take you back on my journey. So I'm a non-technical tech founder. So what that means is there's not an engineering bone in my entire body. I know how to write marketing copy and I know how to sell. 10 years ago, I launched a company called Synduit. And the vision for Synduit was to democratize the marketing agency, make the marketing agency more accessible financially to the everyday small business owner. And I knew I had to do that through tech, but I didn't even know where to start. So I figured, let me start by launching a marketing agency and then finding ways to automate and eliminate and eventually to democratize. So that's what I did in the first 14 months of running an agency for thought leaders, a marketing agency. We grew to 400 clients. So we were a very positive cash flowing company, big team, big office. It was a big agency. But for me, it was a means to an end. And in 2012, I gained clarity of how to democratize it. I hired a software development firm out of Boston, Massachusetts that told me it would take 10 months and $750,000 to build the minimum viable product for Synduit. I went all in, I funded it myself. 2 years and $2 million later, it still wasn't done. And I had to scrap what was built to eventually start over to have the platform we have today. In that moment, two things happened. One, I felt called to make the technology industry safe because I felt everything but safe. And two, I met my CTO and now co-founder, Mani. Mani was originally from India. I met him when he was living in New York, but he knew how to build team in India. He's an incredible mentor and a wonderful engineer. We ended up working together at Synduit to now build the company to over 40,000 paying users. And once we did it once, I had this realization, which was I can do it 10,000 more times. Howard, I don't know why 10,000, but that's what it was. It was a moonshot. Build, scale, and sell 10,000 tech companies in 10 years. We launched our incubator in June of 2020. And since that point in time, we've had over 10,000 people apply to work with us across the world, all different types of ideas. Of those 10,000, about 500 of them passed the first round to actually pitch us on their ideas. And of the 500 or so, we've said yes to 106 companies in our first year. Now, here's what happened. Grant Cardone heard about me, and he said, this dude is crazy, or he's onto something, and I gotta meet him. So he invited me out to his office in Miami about 6 months ago, and in that meeting, we just hit it off. Our values are aligned, our force for good is aligned, our desire to create an even playing field for everyone is aligned, and after about an hour of talking, he put his hand out, he said, Jared, shake my hand, I wanna co-author the story with you. I wanna build, I wanna scale, and I want to sell 10,000 tech companies with you. That led to the birth of 10X Incubator, and we're well on our way. And we are open to everyone that has an idea coming through this process with us so we can keep you safe and then help you build, scale, and sell your tech company.
Having the right mentor really does make the difference in the end game for any type of individual journey or the company. Having you as that mentor is meaning a lot for those that have gone through your process and really made it to the idea is viable and you're moving forward with it. Having Grant as a mentor for you really has even given that the more of the energy. So what does it feel like when you get to those people who've gone through the process and now you have something that's viable and you're moving forward with them, that connection you're making with them and their feelings of, I can't believe I made it this far and excited about what's next?
It's the most rewarding thing I've done as an entrepreneur. One of the things that I really stand to do, and Grant stands to do this as well, in the space of tech, is to democratize it. Right now, the majority of tech lives in Silicon Valley. And for those of you that don't know, Silicon Valley is in California, and it's probably the most pretentious place that exists in the world. If you don't have the right bank account, the right skin color, the right gender, the right education, the right everything, you can't even buy a cup of coffee there. We have founders in little towns in Arkansas, Akron, Ohio, in a village in New Zealand, all throughout the UK. We have founders everywhere. Because here's what we don't care about. We don't care about where you've been or even where you are. We don't care about your economic status or your success to this point. All we care about is where you want to go. And if you're the right person with the right idea in the right market and you have the right business model, Grant Cardone and myself and our infrastructure at 10X Incubator is going to co-found your tech company with you. We become your software development team, your go-to-market team, your business development team, the promotional side, the press side, the legal side, the fundraising side. All that we need is the right person with the right idea in the right market and the right business model, and we're ready for you. But to answer your question, there's been nothing in my life as an entrepreneur that's more rewarding than saying yes to somebody that has a napkin like this, which represents a dream. And we say, yes, let's bring it to life so we can go on the journey from napkin to exit.
That must be absolutely incredible to feel those responses and feel that emotion from people. So let me ask you this. Someone has a napkin idea, and what are some do's and don'ts when applying for a 10X Incubator to hopefully get to that next level?
Yeah, so the do is this. We need to know you're the right person. That's absolutely critical. We've had many scenarios where somebody presented us kind of an okay idea, but they were so right that we still move forward because we knew that together we can make the okay idea great. We've had the opposite, where the idea was off the charts, but the person just wasn't right for us and we didn't move forward. So what the right person looks like are some of those obvious things. They're integrous, they're committed, but they're also relevant. There's a lot of problems that exist in the world. We want to make sure that the right person is solving a relevant problem for them, like something that they're going to own the category of, they're really passionate about. We also want to make sure the right person can handle the spotlight. One of the things that we do with all of our companies is we build a lot of attention around them. Grant Cardone built attention. I build attention. Our team builds attention. Just our sheer existence gets attention in the world. We want our founders ready for that attention. I tell all of them that on day zero, we launch your product or your service or your platform, it's like year 7 from the perspective of attention. We want you ready for it. We want you to become the voice of the company. So a do for the pitch is to let us see that within you. We want to know that you're unwavering with your belief around you being the right person, that you're doing this with or without us, and we can't do it without you. That's what we're looking for. In addition to that, we need to know what problem are you solving and be really succinct. This is the problem I'm solving, and this is my solution to the problem. One of the things that often gets lost in these pitch sessions or on our daily show, which is called 10X Tech Tank, is that the solution's too abstract. I need the solution to be so crystallized that if it was my responsibility to pitch your solution to an investor to get you $1 million for a napkin, I could do it based on what you shared with me. But if your solution is abstract or ambiguous, you don't have answers to certain questions, even if they're the wrong answer, we need something that we can fully understand so we can then make those assessments. Those are the other do's. Now, outside of that, the don'ts, don't show up and say you're nervous. We have no idea how you feel on the inside. There's no reason to tell us how you feel on the inside. Show up excited, because that's what the emotion really is. I mean, there's no difference between enthusiasm and fear. It's just whatever word you're going to attach to it. So show up as your excited self. Show up as your certain self. Show up knowing you're going to do this with or without us. If that's what we see, it dramatically increases our chance of saying yes to you.
Having that blueprint is I thank you for that, because that will help a lot of people who have the idea and just want to make sure that they get seen and heard in the right way in this process. And what you're doing is amazing. It's so rewarding for you. So the rewards that people can get for having the right people holding their hands and moving them really on beyond a fast track to getting it done, but getting it out there and marketed is amazing. So thank you for really taking these people on and helping them see their dreams and for sharing this story with us today.
Yeah, Howard, I appreciate it. I love what you're doing, man. Keep mobilizing the truth around marketing and entrepreneurship. And any of you that have an idea, don't think you're silly just because it's an idea on paper. That's what I love. I love ideas that are really early that we can help mold and shape. Head over to 10xincubator.com. Submit your idea. It's absolutely free. If we see something in your written application, we're going to invite you onto our show, which is called 10x Tech Tank. You get a chance to pitch in front of thousands of people. And if we see something in the pitch, which means we see something in you, we're going to invite you to go through our due diligence process and potentially co-found a company with you. We want to say yes. We can only say yes if the right person shows up with the right idea in the right market and the right business model. If you got those 4 rights, we're ready to say yes to you. 10xincubator.com.
Well, thank you so much, Jared, for sharing all of that. And thank you, everyone, for joining us today. This was incredible. The opportunity to take an idea off a napkin is a story, is a dream for a lot of people, but that dream has come true for hundreds and hundreds of people. I know what comes to me is the Arena Football League was a napkin while someone was flying on an airplane, changed the whole rules of football. But there are amazing technical ideas that people have, and here's an opportunity to get them into a business, into an actual product. So check out more information on Daily Ad Brief, learn more about Jared online, go out, have a great rest of today, and we'll see you next time on Marketing Champions.